So we're continuing talking about powers of 10. Today in class we talked about how numbers, and we looking in the place value chart, how one side is similar to the other in patterns. So we're going to keep talking about that. So you have this paper. This happens to be on the back of your classwork from today. So 10 times 1 times any number is itself. So when I write it in powers of 10, this is the way I have to write this. 10, and I put this little 1 up in the air. That is an exponent. It tells you that there is 1 10 being multiplied together. This one, I write it this way. 10 times 10 is 100. The way I write that is 10 to the second power. So you're looking for patterns. 10 times 10 is 100. The way you write it in powers of 10 is this way. So let's see if you can figure out what the next one's going to be based on those patterns. 10 times 10 is 100 times 10 more happens to be 1,000. The power of 10 and the exponent should be 10 to the third power. So you're looking for some connections over here, some connections here, what's happening, and some connections here. Do you see patterns? 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 10 more is 1,000. 1,000 times 10 more is 10,000. So do I have a connection? Some of you may see over here that I have a pattern started. Some of you may totally predict what the next ones are going to be. Down here, some of you might be noticing a pattern. Tomorrow, we're going to keep talking about these patterns. 10 times 10 is 100. 10 more is 1,000. 10 more is 10,000. 10 times more is 100,000. 100,000. That is the answer to that problem, written in powers of 10 or exponents, is 10 to the fifth power. So let's talk about this. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. The answer to that one is actually 1,000,000. 10 to the sixth power. Do you see some patterns that are happening with these numbers that we could find this answer based on the patterns? Some of you a minute ago might have caught the pattern before I even got to this spot. So you might already know that the answer to this is going to be 10,000,000. Some of you may totally have gotten the pattern between this one. Can anybody make a connection here to the connection over here? So I'm not going to tell you the answers in this one. You're going to come tomorrow with the answers. Describe any patterns you see in the evaluate column. What do you see? What patterns do you notice that's happening? So it can be patterns going down. Write it. I may even start it for you. The zeros, continue that sentence. The next one, the number of tens. Can you finish that one? So you're going to pause this video and you're going to keep looking at the patterns. So what do you notice? The next question says, describe what you notice about the exponents in the power of 10 column. What do you notice here? You are writing this in this box. What do you notice the pattern is? What do you notice is here and here? You are writing down patterns. You're coming to class tomorrow already with your patterns written down. Pause the video and do that. All right, so let's talk about, we've done the same thing, but this time we have 25 times 10 to the first power, so which means 25 times 10. It's 250. Now that I'm thinking about this some more, I think I would like us to have our discussion tomorrow, and then we're going to finish this chart tomorrow in class. So we're not going to do this one for video notes. I know it is already glued in some of your notebooks, but we're going to talk about more tomorrow in class.